Hello and welcome to Janette's TV and Janette's TV podcast. I'm your host, Janette Burke, and tonight I'm coming at you live on location from the Fairmont Royal York Hotel in Toronto, Ontario for the Ben-Gurion University The Future Is Now event featuring Michael J. Fox. We're going to have some interviews this evening with some prominent people here that are involved with BGU, Ben-Gurion University, and all the technological medical advancements that they're making. And we just had a lovely chat with the moderator, Sportsnet icon, Elliot Freeman, and there's so much more coming, so please continue to stay with us. Now, I have a few messages that we're going to have from our sponsors. And before we get into that, I want to remind you that if you haven't already done so, please click the link below to join our YouTube channel. And I want to remind you also that you can support us in one of two ways as we continue to bring you the best content on the net for lifestyle, women, and business issues. Now, you can donate. No donation is too big or too small, or you can support us by purchasing a Janette's TV and podcast t-shirt or sweatshirt like this one with either the JTV logo and tagline or an inspirational saying made by me and a previous interviewee in a previous episode. The choice is yours, along with your size and color. And whatever you order, shipping and handling is included, and everything will be conveniently shipped right to your front door. Now we have a word from our sponsor, and then we're on with today's interview. So please stay with us.
Are you constantly struggling? And are you fed up with being told to just relax, go with the flow, it'll all work out? Is that really true? What if you could be in control and chart this flow like a map using numerology and your calendar? Hi, I'm Donna Walser, intuitive numerology specialist. I'm taking the mystery out of numerology and teaching you practical tools that you can easily apply to get the results you want, including less stress, more financial abundance, more of the results you really want in your life and your business. So I invite you to go to donnawalser.com and download my free guidebook, The Story of Numbers. You can take the first step today to plotting your own chart, your own flow. I look forward to being a part of your journey.
And I'm sitting here with Mark Mendelson, who is the CEO of BGU, Ben-Gurion University, Canada. Welcome to Janette's TV and podcast, Mark.
Thank you very much, Janette. Pleasure to be here.
And it's lovely to be at this event this evening. And we want to talk to you a lot about what's going on with Ben-Gurion University, because we understand there's a lot going on. You have a new building, a simulation building. Tell us everything that's going on with the university.
Well, first and foremost, I have to remark on what's going on in the hotel tonight.
Okay.
This is almost our coming out party, our
it's a
debutante. We are now a world famous debutante. I was hired for the position 11 years ago, and for a decade before that, there had not been a serious event in Toronto.
Oh my goodness.
So it's taken us, there were 3 years of COVID, even though during which we had two wonderful events with Mayim Bialik and with Shira Haas, but they were virtual. This is our first live, in-life event that we've had in Toronto in 20 years, in 2 decades. And it is a resounding success. We have over 600 people. We have raised over $900,000 for the medical simulation building, which is the only one of its kind in Israel. And we are so proud to be able to, as well, present today the president of the university, who has come to see what's going on in Canada. He cannot believe our little country with 370,000 Jews is outperforming the United States. So that's what I can tell you about. Now, about the medical simulation building, yes. It was finished about 6 to 12 months ago. The only one of its kind in Israel. It is a high-tech, state-of-the-art building. Well, the building is not high-tech state-of-the-art. The equipment in it is high-tech state-of-the-art, and it is used to train EMTs, emergency medical technicians, people in Magen David ambulances, first responders. The Army uses them because we have a plethora of dummies that are on which students can practice their craft. So if by mistake they miss an artery or a vein, nothing happens because it's a dummy. However, the dummy records it in its computers and it says is that you just made a mistake here. So it is an outstanding learning process, and it is unique and state-of-the-art in Israel.
And I think it's important to mention again that the technology that's being developed here in Israel will also benefit the greater world and the greater medical community.
Oh, 100%.
So let's talk a little bit about the Negev, because it's a jewel, if you will, of Israel. And I want to also ask you, how do you see the university and its expansion also assisting with the Arab-Israeli conflict?
Okay, well, let's first of all remove the Arab-Israeli conflict is not part of the Negev. The Negev is 60% of the landmass of Israel, which is incontestable. Everyone agrees that's part of Israel. So there's no Arab-Israeli conflict in the Negev, certainly not with Ben-Gurion. Around us, there are over 150 to 250,000 Bedouins. Now, Bedouins are not Palestinians. Bedouins are Bedouins. They're nomadic people who've lived in the area for hundreds of thousands of years, and we probably have a larger percentage of Bedouin students in our university than any university in Israel. Our researchers work directly with the tribes surrounding us. As a matter of fact, the former president was a geneticist. She's a brilliant geneticist, and she discovered, by doing her research, she isolated a gene, and by so doing, she has now prevented the deaths of hundreds of stillborn babies with terrible birth complications. So we're constantly trying to ameliorate the conditions of living of the Bedouins around us. As a matter of fact, we have a Bedouin, no other university in Israel, has just been made in charge of a department that was created to take care of minorities on campus. Minorities are Arabs, are Bedouin, are ultra-Orthodox Jews. And this woman, she is a Bedouin from a PhD from one of the neighboring villages, is in charge of that. We have, I think we have 2 or 3 other chairmen of departments who are Bedouin. So we are very conscious of our neighbors, our Arab neighbors, our Bedouin neighbors. The Arab-Israeli conflict is northeast. It's not.
So I wanted it to be more, and you've answered it, like how the university helps all the greater good for the community and the students.
You know what? I'll tell you. I told this story to someone who eventually became one of my largest donors, one of the largest donors of our university. I was driving back from the university to Tel Aviv, and he was telling me, why should I support your university? What makes
what makes it different?
What's it different? You're in the desert, 20,000 students. It is the fastest growing. It is one of the top 50 entrepreneurial universities in the world. We are the youngest one in the country. And I said to him, think of Tel Aviv University. What would happen to the city of Tel Aviv if you remove the university from the city and put it, put it in Haifa? And he said, nothing. Tel Aviv is such a strong city and thriving, it'll continue. I said, exactly. What would happen if Hebrew University was taken out of Jerusalem? He said the same thing, nothing. I said, and what would happen if you take Ben-Gurion University out of Beersheba? And he stopped, and this is a very smart and educated Zionist. He said, I never thought of that. Probably Beersheba would collapse. I said, not only would Beersheba collapse, but the entire Negev of 1 million people would collapse, because we are the engine that drives the Negev. So without Ben-Gurion University, there wouldn't be, Beersheba now has 250,000 people. This is a dream that no one could have conceived of.
So let's now talk about like the most prominent parts of what's coming out of the university for the technology and medicine, what have you. What areas are they excelling in?
First of all, we have been recognized by the government of Israel as Israel's National Center of Autism, for autism research.
Wonderful.
We are the #1 in the country. We've been recognized by the former Prime Minister, the newly elected Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, as being the cyber capital of the country. And he made the Cyber Emergency Response Team, CERT, is situated in Beersheba. We graduate as many engineers, as any other school in the country. 98% of our engineers who graduate are immediately hired because we emphasize out-of-the-box thinking. We're completely out of the box. And this medical simulation building is unheard of. We are right next door to Soroka Hospital, the main hospital, the 1,300-bed hospital, which is probably double the size of any Montreal hospital. We work in concert with them. 20 to 30% of their staff are Bedouins or Arabs.
So what I want to know specifically, because we have to actually round out this interview, and that is, so all the technology is at the forefront, particularly in medicine as well. How is that technology then shared with other universities?
Well, first of all, our policy, unlike other universities' policies, is to share all our achievements, and not only to share it, but to invite other universities to be part of its research. So as a matter of fact, why did we got a huge gift from the Azrieli Foundation for our Autism National Institute, because they saw that we were the only school that was making an effort to bring in other university researchers and be part of the whole process of learning. So we are known for that. We are very open to that, and we see the strength. And then, of course, we have two departments in the university whose mission is to sell our products or to distribute them to the world. So you'll see pieces of equipment, big or smaller, etc., software. As a matter of fact, a student of Ben-Gurion University developed a software company which he sold for $480 million. And this is state-of-the-art hospital software that is being used by almost 80% of the hospitals in North America. It's patient identification.
Wow.
So if you go into Miami and you plug in your name, it'll appear and you're from, I don't know where, Texas, Canada, you'll have all the information available.
Well, that's wonderful. Now, I'm really happy that you came and sat with me and spoke about all this tonight. And I'm really happy that this event is taking place for you and that you're raising the necessary funds and awareness to continue making Ben-Gurion University a paramount university.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. There's an expression in Yiddish, you kvel about your grandchildren, you boast. I love boasting about my university. I love this university.
And I can see
much.
why you have such pride in it. And I'm very pleased to see that it's advancing to a stage where it's helping the entire world. Thanks for being with us today on Janette's TV and Janette's TV podcast. I'm your host, Janette Burke, signing off. Please remember to like, comment, and share all our posts with your family and friends. You will find us everywhere on the internet streaming site, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, Vimeo, and the list goes on. On the audio podcast side, you will find us on iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, BuzzFeed, Anchor, Spotify, and that list goes on. For a complete list of where to watch and listen to us, please check the link in the show notes below. And remember, until next time, continue to be fabulous.